Hello, John Jorbitron Ball, here along with my good friend Jeremy Mr. Stein, as always. Jeremy, very excited for this game. This match has been very hyped for just about the entirety of the human race's existence. Space Age Wizards versus Industrious Gaming.
Yeah, both teams have looked very strong. Neither team really dropping a map yet. Both being in the winner's bracket, and this winner's bracket matchup is actually huge. The winner of this takes the number one seed overall, or takes the number one seed going into the grand finals. But that also means they're a top two team in the minor league, which allows them to participate in the promotion tournament to possibly put them in the major tournament, in the major league coming next season.
Right. Now, looking at the bans coming out from these teams, pretty regular compared to how these bands have panned out in the weeks previously. I was a bit surprised to see the Swain though.
Well, Kraft played that last week and is very strong Swain main, and especially with the AP itemization changes in the most recent patches, tanky APs like him and like Rumble are very, very strong. That last ban of Rumble against Evernode's Panda is pretty big. Rumble's going to be a really highly contested pick in both of these matchups. Both of these top laners play it to a very high level, and I can see it very easily being first picked either way if it's not banned out.
Right. Now, the first pick coming out any second here for Space Age Wizards. Uh, now, now that each team has, had an ample amount of time to test out Devourer jungles and, say, Tom Kench in the most recent patch, do you think we'll be seeing any of those champions during these games?
I can't really see a Tom Kench pick unless it's kind of a wombo combo pick. He seems weaker to me in a lot of ways. Um, but no matter what, it'll be really interesting pick, especially with Galzerian and Milkshake both highly favoring Rek'Sai and Gragas as two picks. We do see the first pick, Alistair, coming out for Prez. He's had very strong results coming on that. An absolute monster in team fights.
Right. Very. One thing I absolutely love from Space Age Wizards is how much they pick these really, really late game team comps because of the fact that they're always so successful during laning phase, just with how skilled their individual players are mechanically.
We see that Shen hover for Icy Killer. That is going to be locked in. Icy Killer has played a very strong Shen. He's shown very good adeptness to split pushing, as well as that could still go over to the pocket knife potentially as a support pick. Shen being a very good flex, and Milkshake does lock in that Gragas, which he's had some absolutely monstrous games coming out. We already see kind of a beefy front line coming out for Team IG, giving a lot of protection. Hoping to see Overdose Panda coming on some sort of damage carry. So we have the 3 threat comp that's really good at dealing with the thicker tank lines coming out. If we have a 2 threat team and one of the threats gets picked off or assassinated by Krav, who is good at playing casters but also has a very prominent Ari play, then that can run into a lot of problems during the team fight.
Right. Now, looking at what do you think about this Callista pick here? Because in weeks previously, Bunny Protector has absolutely rampaged on Callista, but coming up with the most recent nerfs, do you feel like he'll be just as successful as before?
Well, yeah, this most recent patch, we saw Callista get a lot of AD shaved off her kit overall, but she still is a very strong lane bully. Has a lot of harass potential in that queue, which is probably going to be maxed alongside the Alistair. And it's a very safe lane that gets extremely dangerous at level 6. Lordmer covering that Sivir, giving a lot more utility and chase potential to this beefy frontline comp. And we also see Galzerian go on the Sejuani, another teamfight jungler post 6. So it's kind of on Milkshake to make plays pre-6 and get his lane snowballing up ahead of that. I think Callista overall can work well, but if she gets locked down by that Braum, she gets locked down by that Shen. She's gonna just get blown up very easily, even through Prez's best efforts on Alistair. He'll give a good bit of peel, but Shen and Gragas are already a big tank line for Callista to kind of have to work through.
Right. I definitely see Callista having a very difficult time this game, really during laning phase as well as probably the entire game, just with the amount of difficulty that Callista has pairing through these tank lines.
We do see the Braum locked in, and the Braum is very good against the Alistair in lane. They both neutralize each other's pressure. They can both be bullied out by some pokier supports, but the tankier ones are much stronger in the team fight and are very good at setup. But you kind of run into an issue if Merc and Pocket Knife don't get ahead in lane. Then there's gonna be some trouble for the Sivir getting through the Sejuani and the Alistair early on. That being said, the Pocket Knife's pick of Braum is going to kind of dissuade major poke picks because Braum's E is probably the best tool in the game overall at absorbing those possible dissuading pokes. See Buddy Protector hovering the Victor for Deadbeat and Pres V2 hovering the Fizz for Overdose Panda. Fizz is a notorious tank buster and probably the number one tank buster this patch, kind of replacing Hecarim after Hecarim's most recent nerfs, specifically to Home Guard. But overall, I really like the picks coming out from Space Age Wizard. They have a lot of damage, a good bit of AoE, and the triple threat that can really easily deal with the tank line that's already been picked for IG. Would like to see that Ari coming out for Krav. Something that can jump in on Victor, do a lot of damage, and get in and get out. That being said, if Ari's not able to jump in and blow up a target here, then there's going to be a lot of problems dealing with all of the sustained damage coming out for Space Age Wizards.
Right, especially Space Age Wizards with the amount of pure engage that they have. I can't imagine, Industrious Gaming actually being able to disengage if Prez is determined to go in, Bunny Protector is determined to ult in Alistar, and Galzarin is determined to ult in with Sejuani. It'll be very, very difficult if Space Age Wizards ends up getting ahead.
Well, that being said, I mean, Shen is a very ample distraction with disengage, and you also have the Gragas ult to disengage very easily. The Sivir is able to slow you down, and the Braum ultimate is able to create a lot of terrain that'll be very difficult for this team to kind of trespass.
Very
It'd be really
true.
interesting if Deadbeat keeps that Ignite. Would like to see a defensive summoner against the Ahri, especially with the gank pressure early on of Gragas. Now, Deadbeat is a very confident mid laner, very strong laner in general, and has most of his games played on this Victor. So it'll be great to see him be the aggressor, but I would like to see a defensive summoner to keep him safe against that assassination.
Right, now, just about now, we'll be loading into this game, so we'll be taking a short break here, and we hope to see you back with Space Age Wizards versus Industrious Gaming with Houseparty5v5.
worry, Chris. I'll leave this.
Hello, John Jorbitron Ball here, along with my very good friend Jeremy Mr. Stein, casting this game, Space Age Wizards vs. Industrious Gaming.
We have Space Age Wizards on the blue team with the top lane Fizz for Overdose Panda, Galzarin making his minor league debut on Sejuani, Deadbeat in the mid lane on Victor, Bunny Protector on Callista, and Prez V2 on Alistair. Meanwhile, for Industrious Gaming, we have Icy Killer on Shen, Milkshake on his Gragas, Krav on Ari, Lord Merc on his Sivir, and the Pocket Knife on Braum. It's going to be really interesting to watch how this top lane plays out here. Fizz in the most recent patch has become probably the premier tank buster because of all of the damage on his W to anyone who builds extra HP, like Shen. It'll be really interesting to see if he can snowball, because I think Shen Gragas will be able to gank him a lot early on, especially because he doesn't have his flash, doesn't max that E, so he has a 13-second base cooldown to kind of run away. And if they're able to gank that and give Icy Killer a lead in it, he can really do a lot to bully the Fizz, and though the Fizz will be able to get free damage off the passive, his power spike will come in a lot later, and there's a lot that the mid-game focus team of IG can do.
Right, now, looking at this jungle matchup here, Gragas and Sejuani is a matchup we've been seeing, countless times, obviously, in the past several months. Where do you see these junglers coming in, especially with, say, the strength of Cinderhulk lowering a tad bit? How do you see the strength of these junglers panning out? And where their power spikes
has always been a really big teamfight threat, and especially because you have the Bunny Protector's Callista ultimate who throw in Prez and cause a lot of disruption that way. They have a lot of CC that if Deadbeat and Callista are able to if Deadbeat and Bunny Protector are able to get off free damage, they can really do a lot in these fights. That being said, if Milkshake is able to kind of control Sejuani, invade Sejuani, get a lot of vision, and gank in between those, or even use his explosive cast to disrupt the possible AoE follow-ups, then you can get a large mid-game lead coming out for IG.
Right, now, standard start from both of these teams. Nothing too intimidating as far as, lane swaps go, so nothing will be coming out to, say, shut down the Fizz very early.
We see some interesting wards coming out level 1. Very defensive wards coming out in the river for Team IG. They're worried about the invade level 1, but I think they actually have the much stronger level 1 because Braum, Gragas, Sivir. There's a lot of AoE coming out for this team. I would have liked to see them invade and try to pinch off Callista and Alistair, who don't have that good of a level 1 unless you face check an Alistair into a 3-man queue, but nonetheless, it's going to be a standard lane start. We're going to have both bot lanes helping out their jungler, giving him an early start and early leash with their path.
Right, also excited to see how Deadbeat does here in the mid lane. It's safe to say he absolutely thrashed me in a mid lane 1v1 at last week's in-house. But then again, probably anyone can thrash me mid lane, so not saying much.
I mean, I think it's... I like the Ghost pick a lot better than the Ignite. He changed that out during the Champ Select. And it allows him to be more mobile if the Ari's jumping on him and doesn't immediately hit the point-blank charm. That being said, I think it's much safer if he goes Cleanse, but he has a lot more ability to move in and out of team fights with the Ghost, because that's obviously the movement speed is what it does. So I think he's picked a summoner that's better for team fights, allows him to possibly get away from the ganks, but doesn't make him entirely reliant on that Cleanse cooldown.
Right. Now, Prez here looking to go in as they do have the level 2 advantage in the bottom lane, but nice disengage there from Industrious Gaming.
Really interesting that Bunny Protector started Rend in this lane. It allows him to push the wave a little bit faster, but I would have liked to see the Q start, and I'm hoping to see a Q max now, because there's a lot of poke potential coming out for this, to try to help bully out Pocket Knife and Lord Merc here.
Now, a brief trade in the top lane there. Just a couple missed CS for both sides during the trade, but nothing too intense.
Yeah, we see Milkshake cheating on the mid side right here. Galzarin's gonna back before he gets his blue buff, get his smite early on and move through, but Milkshake's looking like he's trying to set up for an early gank in this mid lane.
And it appears he has just disengaged, looking to head back for his wolves.
He does have the sustain advantage, so it's not going to cost him too much. He's obviously at full health versus Galzarin, who had to base because he was low on health, low on mana. Sejuani's clear was nerfed a couple patches ago, and it still really hasn't recovered. But
Ooh, Prez might get the engage here. Slightly missed EQ, but that's okay. Lord Merc missing the spell shield, so Pocket Knife and Merc taking some big damage there. Bunny Protector with some nice rend damage off, and he might look to go back in.
A good early aggression from Prez. He also does it while he has his Relic Shield stack up, which is really important because he immediately regens part of that health, and he's going to have his E up in a second. Icy Killer with an interesting attempt at a taunt on the Fizz. I think he might have second-guessed it going in, especially because the Fizz does have Ignite still up. So since the Fizz gets his other round of cooldowns, if Icy Killer is not careful, he can definitely die to that Ignite.
Right. Now, I absolutely can't wait to see how this series pans out, especially with the... I personally, I think we could see the all-out winner coming from one of these two teams. Now, a nice trade in the mid lane from Galzarin. Oh, and Shen getting the nice taunt onto Overdose Panda. No one dying there in the mid lane or top lane despite the 2v2.
Icy Killer's playing this very aggressively and not on his W cooldown. He's taunting into a minion wave, which I find really interesting early on. And he's definitely coming out on the wrong end of these trades, and wrong end of these trades on a against a top laner who's a tank buster, going to have the favorable matchup and has Ignite. I think the only way Icy Killer is able to get this get a kill here is if Overdose Panda missteps and Icy Killer is able to taunt him under tower.
Definitely. Now, both supports now. Everyone is at about full health here. Now, the spell shield has just gone down for Lord Merc in the bottom lane, but Prez not looking to engage. Oh, a brief trade there. Just a knock up, though. Now, Prez has been stunned, and Overdosed Panda very low. A very nice taunt dodge, but Milkshake might be getting the kill here. Now, Fizz is down Ignite. He just used it on Icy Killer, so huge advantage over to Shen in the top lane.
Icy Killer ends up living with just 30 HP there. A good attempt at a turn at Overdose Panda, but playing too aggressive and too far up, especially when you know Gragas is probably going to be coming in very easy. Icy Killer did a good job setting up that lane, didn't have to use Flash Taunt, didn't really do anything besides just wait for Milkshake to walk up. Galzarin showed in the mid lane going into that, so it was a pretty safe gank opportunity. Good EQ coming out from Prez to give a little bit of harass on Lord Merc, but nothing too exciting coming out of these two right now.
Right.
Both have plenty of sustain, both have their pots.
The nicest thing on Alistar is when Sivir spell shields, because then you have no chance to screw up your EQ combo.
Oh, you can definitely still mess up your EQ combo, but yeah, it's much harder as you're able to point blank reach the Sivir and have no consequences of potentially knocking her away and out of it.
Right. Now, Sejuani here stalking in the mid lane. This will be very tough as Deadbeat doesn't quite have enough mana for his ultimate, but let's see how this pans out. Galzarin deciding to back off. Icy Killer is pushed up pretty far in the top lane, but he shouldn't have too much trouble here as Sejuani is completely on the bottom side, and Industrious Gaming just got vision.
Yeah, I'd like to see Galzarin looking to pressure the top lane a little bit, especially because if Fizz gets one gank and really gets rolling, he can absolutely destroy Shen in a 1v1. I mean, he's probably going to beat Shen in a 1v1 right now if he's able to lane that Chum the Waters, but it's something that's such a volatile lane. And if you're not able to gank that mid lane, especially with Deadbeat not having the proactive offensive summoner and not having enough mana to get his full combo off, I really don't like that pressure on.
Now, Galzarin, I do like this gank in the bottom lane a lot because Industrious Gaming, their bottom lane, hasn't decided to back yet. But unfortunately, they are unable to take advantage of their item advantage there as Industrious Gaming is able to back off. So just got the blue buff in the mid lane, I believe, from Gragas. So hopefully that'll give her a nice advantage there in farm. Overdosed Panda, I'm pretty surprised to see how difficult of a time he's having against Shen in the top lane. I would have expected, you know, maybe another gank or two required for Shen to have such an advantage.
Well, Icy Killer is doing a lot better than he did level 1. or in the earlier levels, just being able to Q harass and walk away, Q harass and walk away, because he's not using the Q to last hit. Shen has also comboed him on more than one occasion to get the E, get the auto attack, to proc that off, but also control him in the minion wave. So he's locked in, getting auto attacked by all the minions. Yes, Fizz can walk through the minions just fine, but he doesn't avoid their auto attacks in trades. Lord Merc with a nice combo on a Bunny Protector there. There's a little bit of HP back.
Now, Bunny Protector could be in trouble here, but Prez with a nice E knock away on Pocket Knife there. Now, Lord Merc is still chasing, however. Milkshake has just spotted out the pink ward from Space Age Wizards, and nice advantage there. Now, Overdosed Panda in the top lane, still a tad behind as he has just teleported in, but looking for a brief trade there. Now, we do see a big roam coming in from Industrious Gaming, and Fizz could be in trouble here.
But we also have to highlight, Fizz is already up 20 CS against this lane opponent. Oh, but Galzarin is caught out, has to flash, does get ulted away. Overdose Panda hits the fish and disengages the Gragas, but Krav is still there and is looking to pick up the kill, flashes in, does get hit, gets comboed, but that's going to be double buffs and a kill over to Overdose Panda. Victor's able to roam down, Gragas is right on top of him here, they're able to come down, but Fizz still has all of his damage, is knocking the last auto attack off he needs. Oh, but the red
wow,
is enough to eventually kill him.
Wow, an extended 2-for-1 there. Amazing job there, Deadbeat. Very glad for him that the flash was worth it. Now, we could be seeing a dive pan out here in the bottom lane. Bunny Protector very, very low here, but it seems like he's going to be able to back safely.
Yeah, and Fizz gets double buffs and a double kill out of that, so that's really going to push him ahead in this lane. Icy Killer does go for the Ninja Tappy. Now, normally you'd associate Fizz with magic damage, and yes, Fizz does a lot of magic damage in this kit. But the important thing is he's blocking more damage on the auto attacks, which AD Bruiser Fizz is a lot more reliant on.
Now,
Crop did pick up a kill, and he's looking to rush that Luden's Echo in that mid lane, and it looks like Deadbeat is rushing the Abyssal Scepter to give him a little bit more protection in that lane.
Now, over here in the analyst desk, we have my grandmother. And, Grandma, who do you think is going to be winning this game? Space Age Wizards or Industrious Gaming?
Oh, Space Age Wizards, of course.
Thanks, Grandma. That was our analyst desk over there. Very exciting there. Now, looking here in the bottom lane, we have 4 people focusing around the dragon, and Sejuani is off here in the top side jungle. So it does look like Gragas is about to start doing dragon.
If you're a Space Age Wizard, you're not really looking to fight. You have Fizz, who has your gold, who has your double buffs, who has your very early and heavy advantage in that top lane. He doesn't have the teleport to come down. And Galzarin also does not have ultimate yet. He just got the ultimate right now, but doesn't have flash and doesn't have smite. This is going to be a free dragon over to IG. A good rotational play and good call out from their team.
Absolutely. Now, Kalista looking to engage here. Bunny Protector with a nice engage there. Lord Merc getting very low, and Prez might get the knockup off. Hopefully a triple knockup. Galzarin with the ultimate that just came up, and Braum with a nice ultimate there. Now we do see the TP coming in from Shen, and Prez, he is able to walk away safely, but Ari flanking the sides looking for a kill, but Deadbeat with a nice 4-man ultimate there. Now Pocket Knife still healthy, everyone on Industrious Gaming able to walk away, and that is a 1-for-0 trade there.
It's a 1-for-1, but I mean, Shen does build the teleport, so Space Age Wizards kind of gets Space Age Wizard gets the map control advantage off that, but IG does get the dragon off that. If Bunny Protector's able to get this bot turret on this wave, I don't believe he's able to, because that's such a small minion wave there, but if he's able to equalize the turret here, it could be big, and it could be a nice swing over. That being said, it's still a kill over to Shen, who's going to need it, because that Fizz is coming back with 2 components of Trinity Force, and he's up 40 CS already at the 12-minute mark.
Definitely. Now, the bottom turret just destroyed for Space Age Wizards. Now, we do see a slight gold advantage for Space Age Wizards with 1,000. Oh, Milkshake here in the top lane on Overdosed Panda, but there shouldn't be a kill coming out here as Fizz still does have many escapes up. I'd like to see what Industrious Gaming will decide to do here with many individuals on Space Age Wizards backing off.
Interesting enough, Bunny Protector is still maxing out Rend in this lane. His basic auto attack is still less damage, but his Rend still does a considerable amount. But again, I was really hoping for that Q, so you'd be able to get that Q harass, especially when they're able to get that first back and get the BF sword. Just landing a Q, landing a level 3 Q against Sivir or Braum, it just does a ton of damage and gives you a lot of lane control right there.
Absolutely. Now, we do see Ahri in a very dangerous position here in the middle lane, as Prez might be able to get the engage off on her, but she probably will be able to walk away from this one safely.
Good disengage help from Milkshake there. Krav had his Ahri ultimate down for just a couple more seconds, so able to get it up now, and does have the movement speed from the tier 2 boots alongside that Aether Wisp, giving him able to disengage pretty easy.
Now, a nice ARAM style engage here in the mid lane. Krav with a beautiful charm there, but an even more beautiful Sejuani ultimate. Krav able to get the assassination on Bunny Protector, and Milkshake with a nice Shen ultimate coming onto him, able to keep him nice and safe. Overdosed Panda here looking to do some tank busting here, but he's taking a lot more damage than he thought. Chum the Waters coming out. Krav still on the back line, very healthy, and Lord Merc has come in with the Sivir ultimate. Let's see how this will pan out. Prez able to walk away alive.
Yeah, interesting calls for the re-engage from Space Age Wizards. Bunny Protector went down. A very nice flash charm from Krav there to be able to get that pick off. And good follow-up from the rest of the team to burst him out very quickly. But really interesting call for the re-engage from Obus Panda. I think he could have just gotten more by kind of pressing the wave, especially with your 80 carry dead. And Deadbeat was low on mana and didn't have ultimate, so he wasn't really able to follow up that easily there. But all in all, a 2-for-1. Still favoring Industrious Gaming, and we have a game that's neck and neck, just a 500 gold lead coming out for IG.
Right now, bit of a lull here in the mid game, and I definitely see in the mid game here the power spike going a tad over to Industrious Gaming with Ahri there. We saw Ahri play that last team fight absolutely beautifully, getting such amazing charms off there, and as more defensive items come off here for both teams, I do see Ahri having a much more difficult time.
Stunned. He's doing a ton of damage. If Krav is able to hit this Q, he's able to get the kill, but Rez is able to just limp out alive with just a couple HPs, just sub 100 there. But yeah, Ahri also going for that Aether Wisp with the first item, trying to spike a lot earlier, maybe have that mid-game focus. Aether Wisp was changed this most recent patch, is down to just 100 AP now, but gives more movement speed. So it still works as a first item, but it's a lot less effective 2 to 3 items as a spike.
Now,
we also see Sejuani already finishing the Aegis of the Legion, which is going to help with that damage too.
Ooh, Krav with the engage there. He has missed the charm, unfortunately. Now, Overdosed Panda in the middle lane, not quite able to get Chum the Waters off onto Milkshake, but Milkshake very dead here, as 4 members of Space Age Wizards have collapsed onto him. Now, this could snowball into Dragon control for Space Age Wizards. Dragon buff coming up in 1 minute. Shen does not have his ultimate or teleport quite yet. It should be coming up very soon, however.
Really interesting call. They're not looking to try to get vision control there. Would have liked to see Prez pressure out that Dragon, but they also didn't have vision on the first one. So they might have a general timer, but they don't have the exact one. Here you have the Pocket Knife coming in, killing a pink ward, which is really going to help them out. If they're getting this forward vision, they have the control and can dictate the fight, then they can use Ahri to assassinate a key target as they walk up, and then possibly disengage with the Gragas, or split them up for the Ahri to do a ton of damage to get that pick off, especially with her Loot Zeko completed already.
Now, Shen, up here in the top lane, he does have his ultimate and teleport up, so we could be seeing an engage from Pocket Knife any second here. Surprised, like you said, Industrious Gaming was able to maintain vision control over Dragon, but Galzarin here up in front, nothing too important happening quite yet, as the mid lane turret is down for Industrious Gaming.
Yeah, IG had to back off there because they were waiting for the Ahri ultimate. They didn't want to try to force a fight while that was still down, especially with her flash being down. Yeah, she has a lot more movement speed, but she's not able to kind of blindly walk up and get out. A good combo from Prez to start this off. Chum the Waters goes into this Gragas. They're looking to pick him off, but the Icy Killer Shen ult is on, but Bunny Protector is able to clean that up.
Now, Krav's ultimate just coming out. A nice triple stun from Deadbeat there. Now Krov's still looking for a kill. Overdosed Panda on the back line looking to engage. Bunny Protector is still very healthy, looking to see what he can do here. Lord Merc with a nice assassination onto Victor. Bunny Protector, can he still live here? And he's looking to disengage, but still wants to get the kill on Lord Merc.
They're trying to get him the Penta, but Bunny Protector is able to just run away with a sliver of HP. A beautiful fight from IG. Great job kiting back. Space Age Wizards were not able to follow up on Prez's first combo, and Overdose Panda blew the fish on the tankiest member of IG right now.
Nice soundtrack there from the pop star Ari. Thank you.
IG's going to be looking to pressure Dragon again in a second. They still have the vision control a little bit in that top side of the jungle. They did an excellent job of fighting around their wards, not trying to force anything too blindly. And I think Prez might have pulled the trigger just a couple seconds too early because Galzerin was not in a position to get a big ultimate to follow up there.
And Dragon Buff still up here, so we could be seeing a fight any second coming out once again. Shen still has his teleport up, no ultimate however.
It'll be really interesting because though Sivir just got a quadra kill, she wasn't able to go back and buy before this fight starts.
And Sivir is actually recalling right now. So yeah. This should be Dragon number 1 over to Space Age Wizards without any form of contention.
Yeah, interesting enough, Deadbeat going for the Sheen. He finished his Abyssal Scepter. So he's going to have a lot more damage on that Q and a lot more tower pressure, which kind of complements, or kind of makes up for Kallista's lack of tower damage. But the double Sheen comp is looking to pressure this mid, especially because they have Shen taking the top turret. Some beautiful poke to Krava, good follow-up from Prez V2.
And the teleport coming out from Shen. Prez taking a lot of tower damage here. Kallista with a nice ultimate save. Galzerin getting very low there. Overdosed Panda looking to re-engage. Deadbeat here getting a nice stun onto Icy Killer, and Icy Killer should be dead here with the Kallista Rend. Now, Krav with a nice charm there, but an even nicer death ray coming out of Deadbeat. And that is a 2 for 0 for Space Age Wizards.
I'm wondering why the Pocket Knife didn't use his ultimate while they were still on a turret. If you create a more difficult terrain to dive through, then you kind of zone off the carries a little bit more, and you're able to have the Shen who's teleporting into that tower do a lot more damage. Icy Killer wasn't able to blow wasn't able to use his Shadow Dash to taunt anyone under turret, and wasn't able to really give protection to his carries. That was an excellent call from Space Age Wizards, able to blowing up Icy Killer, who overextended by the end of that, and Krav as well.
Absolutely. Now, we see some pressure coming out into the top lane here. This should be a free turret for Space Age Wizards as well. And we'll see a slight gold advantage over to Space Age Wizards as this tower comes down. Not exactly sure why. There are 3 members of Industrious Gaming coming out to the top side, but looks like they're pairing out, looking for the jungle camps now.
Lord Merc pushing mid right now. He's looking to take that mid tower. It's very low. You only have Alistar there, but if Alistar's able to get the combo off, it's pretty... if he's able to get the combo off, Lord Mark is pretty dead to Deadbeat, who has a ton of damage as seen in that last team fight.
Now, Bunny Protector getting red buff here, so we could see an engage coming out any second. Icy Killer's Shen ultimate is up now, so Icy Killer looking to answer his top lane turret being destroyed with getting one for himself. But all in all, 5v4 in the mid lane now. Not too much action coming out. It's a bit of a stalemate currently.
Really interesting itemization choice from Overdose Panda. He gets the Glacial Shroud to give him that early CDR, but it doesn't give him any protection from this triple AP comp coming out, I guess, from IG. It's not a true triple AP. I mean, Gragas does a little bit of AP damage, Braum does a little bit of AP damage, but it is his damage as well.
Ooh, now Chum the Waters coming out here. Galzerin saving the ultimate. Icy Killer might be getting out of this one. No, he cannot get the taunt over the wall. Now, here in the mid lane, there is a 4 for 3 advantage for a brief amount of time, but Fizz and Sejuani able to make their excuse me, their way over to the mid lane safely.
Now, Ari picks up the Seeker's Arm Guard trying to go into the Zonias early. Would like to see the Abyssal Scepter, especially because it allows her to penetrate the lack of MR on Overdose Panda, but also kind of give her a little bit more protection against Deadbeat's poke. Deadbeat landed 1E and was really able to force Krav out of that last fight and give them a lot of control.
Oh, we see the Baron call coming out here. However, Industrious Gaming did have vision of that, so this could be very dangerous here. Prez using his ultimate here to tank the Baron damage, and Shen does have his ultimate up, so this will be an all-out 5-for-5. Ooh, the Sejuani ultimate coming out, and Overdose Panda, he is doing a lot of damage here on the back line. Oh, but Krav with a nice charm there. Galzerin looking to do some damage, but he is dead. Deadbeat trying to get out some more damage, but Lord Merc has so much damage here on this. This Sivir is absolutely huge. Deadbeat, however, looking to do a bit more damage, and Bunny Protector still alive, but not able to do anything more. Oh, Deadbeat with an intense flash, but Milkshake very happy as he is able to land a nice stun there. Lord Merc with the flash, punishing Bunny Protector here.
An interesting call from Deadbeat, to say the least. Thinking he enough damage to kill Icy Killer, who's... I mean, he has to get through the Spectral Cowl and all of the HP there. Really questionable call. If that's just a 3v2 on a failed Baron, I think that's a fine. But 2 for an ace is definitely in the favor of IG, who's going to look to take a mid turret off of this.
Right, now, Prez able to barely defend this mid. Not quite able to defend the mid tower, unfortunately. Overdose Panda looking to scare away the enemy team a bit more, and Dragon Buff is coming up in 1 minute. So Industrious Gaming with that huge advantage in the team fight is able to snowball that into some vision control around the dragon, but Galzerin looking to hopefully stop the back of Pocket Knife, but not quite in time.
Well, I think Space Age Wizards is still able to fight well, especially if they're able to blow the Ahri ultimate before they go into a fight. If Deadbeat's able to get any sort of poke coming out, especially because there's not an Aegis, or Pocket Knife to finish the Aegis, but if he's able to get any poke going out before this fight, I think Space Age Wizards should be able to take it pretty handily. Though if they just go in and brawl like they did right at that Baron pit, and right they did at the last Dragon fight, it's definitely going to go in favor of IG.
Now, Callista is in base currently, so this could be pretty dangerous for Space Age Wizards here in the 4v5. Fizz does have his teleport up, so he will be able to come into the fight, no problem, and Shen's ultimate should be up by the time any form of fighting breaks out. Now, there is a very large wave in the bot lane. It looks like Bunny Protector is going to go deal with that. But all in all, still some dancing around Dragon.
Lord Merc's positioning will be really big on these fights. He's absolutely massive. Has the 3 items completed just Bunny Protector's 2 on the Callista. Definitely winning this head-to-head matchup, and it'll be interesting to see if Galzerin and Prez are able to lock her up long enough for Deadbeat and Bunny Protector to be able to kind of auto her down and kill her. Overdose Panda loses out on the trade to Icy Killer in that top lane. Really kind of interesting mechanics between the two of them. Overdose Panda attacking in the middle of a minion wave and not expecting repercussions. Icy Killer is extremely tanky, not taking too much damage at all there.
Definitely. Now, Lord Merc, he is just clearing out some wards here, but he has such a huge gold advantage on Sivir, and every single fight, you know, people from Space Age Wizards have attempted to assassinate Lord Merc, but been punished severely for doing so, and I really don't know if Space Age Wizards is going to be able to win the all-out 5v5 brawl with the way that Industrious Gaming has been playing.
If Space Age Wizards is able to blow any of the big cooldowns coming out before this fight, or just catch out Milkshake here, who's left all alone being auto-attacked down Fizz, they're able to blow both the Sivir ult and the Shen ult here, but they blow Galzerin's ult instead. Deadbeat comes in, is doing a lot of damage to that backline. They're not really able to get anyone too safely. Bunny Protector is autoing in the back, able to chase down. Prez ends up finishing Pocket Knife, and Icy Killer is able to chop Overdose Panda.
And Krav could be caught out here. He has no ultimate up. Bunny Protector able to assassinate Krav, it looks like. And now, Shen and Sivir still alive. Lord Merc pretty low here, especially Galzerin, though. And Space Age Wizards, they could snowball this victory into so many things right now. They could get this inner turret, or they could elect to call back and go for Dragon. All in all, you know, a very nice catch onto Milkshake there. I was really happy though because Overdosed Panda didn't choose to use Chum the Waters on Milkshake there. He saved it for the back line of Industrious Gaming, and last team fight, you know, he wasn't quite able to get the CC he needed onto the back line of Industrious Gaming. Ooh, the teleport is still up from Shen, however. A nice assassination from Deadbeat, but he could be taunted here. Prez, a nice knock-up, and the teleport has been cancelled from Fizz, so there won't be a huge brawl here, and both teams will look to disengage.
An interesting call from Lord Merc, chasing into the gravity field of Victor, and Deadbeat just does a ton of burst damage with that Lich Bane already completed. I was going to say, I was hoping that Space Age Wizards were able to back out and get the dragon earlier, because you had all of IG coming up and a big wave building in the top lane that Overdose Panda needed to deal with, and I was hoping not to have to burn his teleport. But if Lord Merc walks up and just gets exploded, then there's, you know, it's fine to go a little bit later onto the dragon.
Overdosed Panda in a very dangerous position here. Icy Killer not quite getting the taunt off, but Milkshake has his ultimate. Overdosed Panda with a nice dodge on the Ari charm and a nice jump over the wall, making Industrious Gaming feel very bad about how much time they've spent chasing Overdosed Panda, and they might choose to fight over this blue buff, but it does look like Industrious Gaming is going to be retreating back into their jungle.
IG probably not looking to fight this, with Sivir still waiting in the bot lane. She's coming over to cross right now, and Space Age Wizards definitely sees that and is looking to fight.
But Krav does have vision, and he might try and get a charm catch, but Chum the Water's burnt, and unfortunately Space Age Wizards is not able to fight during the period of time where Lord Merc was still in the bottom side.
Yeah, they're still pressuring around this Baron. I think there's definitely a need for a pick first, or you can use Overdose.
Oh, the flash taunt coming out from Icy Killer, and Sejuani's ultimate getting 4 people there. Krav looking for Deadbeat, but unable to find him, and Overdosed Panda with the flank. Now Deadbeat, he is dead here. Icy Killer ulting Lord Merc, trying to save him. A nice Shen ultimate there, and Galzarin is not able to assassinate anyone on the backline.
Yeah, a really disrupted fight for IG. They have a strong skirmish comp. They're able to kind of create picks easily. A great flash down from Icy Killer to start off that fight and really get things rolling. Overdose Panda moved a little bit late into that and caused some problems for his team, but it looks like IG's able to take the 3-for-1 in total and is going to take a mid or 2 turret for their trouble.
Now just a couple jungle camps coming out here for Team Industrious Gaming. Galzarin looking to hopefully delay a back or two. Now, Space Age Wizards does still have some nice vision control around Baron buff, but all in all, I don't know if we could see either one of these teams focusing on Baron, or at least attempting to sneak Baron buff in the next couple minutes.
Well, Space Age Wizards has been looking to sneak Baron with the Callista Fizz on more than one occasion already. Instead, Braum Q causes Baron to start attacking Prez, and Prez gets chunked down to about 60% HP. I was going to say, in that last team fight, Bunny Protector was walked out, didn't have his flash, had his flash up, had his heal up, and didn't look to re-engage. And if he had gone back into the fight and really caused the pinch when Overdose Panda and Deadbeat re-engaged, it could have caused a lot more problems for the team, especially with Krav not having any cooldowns really to activate.
Now, looking at as every single ultimate up and just about every summoner spell is up for both teams, how do you see, both teams are very even in gold here. Where do you see the power spike of each team coming in? Oh, excuse me, Milkshake, able to back out of that one safely. Prez with a nice headbutt combo. But yes, as I was saying, so where do you see the power spike of each team coming into play?
Well, I mean, Fizz needs to finish that Blade of the Rune King if he's going to start dealing with Shen. And even so, he might not be able to deal with him because Shen already has the Thornmail completed. But if you're able to get Fizz onto a turret, like he's able to get on that bot turret right now, then you have a lot of control and a lot of map pressure that yields. Currently, both teams are just kind of trading words, and they're looking to play a slow game, seeing which team can kind of take the objective safer. But I think as long as Overdose Panda is able to split push, because he has the faster wave clear than the Shen, he's a strong dueler than the Shen. Okay, he's a strong dueler, period. He's able to disengage safely from the Shen. Then that's kind of where you have your advantage to play around. That being said, if IG is able to force the Overdose Panda's Fizz teleport, then there are a lot less tools for Space Age Wizards to really use, and then Shen's double teleport and his ultimate and his TP are able to really be used and capitalized and create a lot more split push and create things that IG has to deal with on other sides of the map and or possibly trading the Baron objective.
Pocket Knife very sad there as he is not able to catch a single member of Space Age Wizards before backing. Prez could be caught here. His back has been interrupted, but Pocket Knife not able to do anything too monumental. In the bottom lane, we do see Overdosed Panda and Icy Killer just trading briefly, but here the Industrious Gaming Deathbrush, this could be very dangerous for Galzerin and Prez on the front line, but Bunny Protector could be very dead here. A nice Ahri stun, and Overdosed Panda teleporting in. Ahri still very healthy, and now Overdosed Panda putting on some big damage to Lord Merc, and Lord Merc could be dead here, but an even nicer taunt coming out from Icy Killer. Galzerin forced to flash, and that's a huge advantage over to Industrious Gaming.
You're walking blindly into a Baron, but you have no control over against a team with an Assassin and a lot of lockdown CC. And you don't use any of your multitude of tools to check it. You don't use the Victory, you don't use the Victor W, you don't use Callista's W proc to get ward control. Yes, Callista's W was on cooldown in that case, but you have a lot of ways and you need to check those brushes before you walk blindly into them, teamfight, lose a Baron, and then lose the resulting Dragon.
That was a bit of a bummer there for Team Space Age Wizards. And now we do see Sejuani attempting to get vision onto this dragon buff, but I don't think she'll be able to stop anything here.
Yeah, all in all, I'm going to guess that there's going to be another 2-lane split push coming out for IG. Again, they have Shadow with his ultimate on cooldown, but his teleport up. So you're going to have to deal with the super waves he's going to be creating. You don't so much have to deal with all of the wave clear Deadbeat currently has with the augmented E Victor.
Now, both teams, given that no objectives are up, such as Dragon or Baron, both teams just focusing on getting some farm onto their carries. Krav getting the blue buff here. Now, we could see Industrious Gaming trying to pull off something pretty gutsy here, as they might be looking for a flank here, or just getting some deep vision off. Milkshake very deep into Space Age Wizards jungle, just clearing out that pink ward there.
Yeah, really interesting call coming out for Space Age Wizards to push out so boldly when you don't have vision control really in that area. Hoping that the team sets up a little bit more and is able to kind of take a more defensive hold, force a dive coming out for IG, because that's the way you really can kind of combo.
Ooh, Prez looking to engage with his Alistar ultimate. He has the gut feel that it's a 3v4 in his favor. Galzerin catching out only Gragas with the Sejuani ultimate, and Lord Merc able to disengage safely, burning his Sivir ultimate.
But that was a lot of tools blown from Space Age Wizards, and I'm wondering how else they could use in that fight. Prez walked up and said, I can do this, but it was very slow, wasn't a complete combo, and he might be going down to Krav in just a second.
A nice save from Bunny Protector. Krav very caught out here in a wasted Shen ultimate from Icy Killer. He was very excited to catch out Prez with no Alistar ultimate, but looks like it wasn't exactly a catch.
Yeah, I mean, I think IG needs to communicate better, saying Bunny Protector does have his ultimate still up, able to pull back Prez. That wasn't used in the last fight. Prez still has Flash up as well. You're not able to get the instant kill from Krav onto Prez. You have to immediately disengage. But went a little bit too deep chasing that kill, gets picked off for it, and that will slow down the Baron play a little bit from Team IG.
A nice double stun from Prez here, and Lord Merc might be looking to get some damage off onto Deadbeat, but no engage here.
Really interesting. Prez has seemed out of sync with the rest of his team this entire game. He keeps going in on these engages, and no one's really there to follow up very safely.
Ooh, Deadbeat taking some damage here. He was up very, very far, but no engage here from Industrious Gaming. Shen is backing. He does have his teleport up. Overdosed Panda, his teleport is still down. So Industrious Gaming, I really would have liked them to... I really would have liked to see them do a lot more with Baron buff there, but with say pushing either side lane, but they only really had one attempt to go for the bottom lane turret.
I'd also like to highlight this Callista still doesn't have Quicksilver Sash. There's no kind of true defensive itemization of like an Hourglass onto the Victor yet, who's getting dived so frequently, and there's no Mikhail's Crucible coming out for Alistair either to kind of peel off the limited stun CC that you have coming out for IG. Yes, you have the taunt, yes, you have the Braum passive, and yes, you have the charm. But if you remove one, they're not really able to combo them that easily, and you either have Victor free hitting or you have Callista free hitting, and either way, you have a very strong team fight. But they don't have that safety, so they're not really able to chase down very safely. And you're getting just run over by Lord Merc and the Sivir ultimate.
Now, Galzarin playing the hero there, able to take out that pink ward, and a nice Banshee's Veil proc there. Krav not quite able to charm him. Overdosed Panda pushing the top lane still. We could see 5 men from each team coming up here into the top lane. Galzarin, his ultimate is still up. Milkshake getting some vision onto Prez there, but Victor not quite there yet, and we could see an engage coming in any second.
Both sides kind of posturing would not... Wow, that's a lot of damage on the Milkshake. I was about to say, would not like to see a straight engage coming out for IG right here, because Milkshake still doesn't have any MR, and if Deadbeat's able to auto him, you take him to half HP for free. That being said, IG wants to fight where there's a lack of vision for Space Age Wizards. If both teams kind of brawl it out in the mid lane, then it's relying on Krop hitting his CC, all relying on Icy Killer hitting a big taunt, which he has flash right now, it'd be very easy for him to do. But all reliance on this team able to group them up for their CC and then pick them apart with their single target TPS.
Now, Space Age Wizards, I'm a bit hesitant at their idea to push the top lane here, as the ultimate is still up from Sivir, and Bunny Protector taking huge damage there from the ultimates. Now, Galzarin not able to get his Sejuani up ultimate onto the key targets. Deadbeat, his Victor ultimate, doing some big damage to the carries there. Now, Krav almost getting the charm onto Deadbeat. Overdosed Panda trying to assassinate Lord Merc, but not quite able to get him. Galzarin trying to do some damage to Pocket Knife, but they are so tanky. Deadbeat dead. 4 men dead for Space Age Wizards.
The beautiful delay on the flash from Icy Killer, able to close that out. Taunt in Deadbeat, who's still somewhat free hitting that backline, but again, you have so much engaged. They're just walking up from IG with all that speed, and you don't have any sort of disengage coming out from Space Age Wizards. Prez, why don't you combo? Just knock somebody back. Give him a headbutt. Give him something that'll allow you to kite backwards. You have the Callista ult to save you if you get CC'd. You have plenty of tools, but they didn't want to use it. They didn't want to try to disengage there, and they just get chased down by IG, who gets a free kill.
And now Icy Killer tanking the top lane turret, and tons of shields out here for Industrious Gaming. So Callista able to get a tiny bit of poke off, but absolutely not able to contest that top lane inhibitor. Now,
really interesting, the Phage pickup for Bunny Protector here. I'm wondering if that's looking to transition into a Black Cleaver? I don't see Trinity Force being that productive on Callista, but I mean, Trinity Force does a ton of damage no matter who you build it on. But again, I want to see a Quicksilver Sash. I want to see Mikhail's Crucible coming up for Perez. I want to see a way where you take out one of the single target CCs and you're able to have your carries free hitting, because your tank line's able to buy you a lot of time otherwise.
And now, I also really strongly disagreed with the decision there from Space Age Wizards to push, not only because of the lack of disengage that they had, but for one thing, you know, Callista, she was at 11,000 gold before that fight started. Sivir had about 17,000, but Sivir had zero gold in her inventory, but Callista had 1,600 gold unspent before that fight broke out. And so Space Age Wizards, I just really didn't like the timing that they chose to push the top lane there.
Again, it's Prez also is still sitting on the level 2 of the Taran's race. Would love if that gets turned into a face in the mountain. That's fine. It's able to protect one of its carries. If that gets turned into a talisman, that's even better. That's helping his carries kite back and run away. But with neither of those items being built, you're just kind of in between. And I understand that he's very short on gold here. You're a tank support. Turrets aren't going down. You're not exactly getting a ton of money. That being said,
now,
he's
Icy
looking
Killer
right
was
here,
in a
but-
very good position there in the bottom lane, only one with his teleport up. Now the Braum ultimate coming in, and Galzerin with a nice ultimate onto the back line. Chum the Waters has come out onto the tank pocket knife, and Milkshake looking to zone out Deadbeat and Punny Protector, but all in all, that's one dead for Space Age Wizards, and Krav doing some big damage there. Icy Killer dead. Bunny Protector doing some big damage there, but Dead Pete not able to do anything to Lord Mur. Oh my god!
Around triple kill. Does a ton of damage, has a ton of confidence, and turns that fight around. And that'll possibly be the game, as there's a large wave pushing the top lane and end him down at 30 seconds for Space Age Wizards.
Oh my goodness, Lord Merc. Wow.
Just fantastic positioning and doing a ton of damage in that fight because you have no CC to lock him down. Deadbeat said, I got this. I can 1v1 you. I can pop you.
No,
And
Deadbeat said, I got this, I can 1v3 you.
yeah. Wow. Some fantastic play coming out. Congratulations to IG winning game 1. We'll be back with you in game 2 as soon as we have it all set up. Stay with us. We are Houseparty5v5. And thank you for watching the Minor League Winners Finals.
Hello, hello. John Jorbitron Ball here once again with my very good friend Jeremy Mr. Stein. Here with our series Industrious Gaming versus Team Space Age Wizards.
Yeah, we already see a transition from Space Age Wizards Game 1. They're banning Lord Merc Sivir.
Thank
He had
you.
a quadra kill in that mid game and a beautiful triple kill to end that game. He played a fantastic game, and he got 16-1-7, I believe. His KDA has been monstrous throughout this entire tournament. He's played fantastically this last game. So, a Shen ban coming out from IG, possibly trying to target Overdose Panda. He hasn't really played Shen. He's been looking more as a carry, but that Rumble is open for that first pick. And they do ban the Rumble. Or they do ban the Rise instead of the Rumble. So I'm wondering if Icy Killer is going to first pick this Rumble. Both Overdose Panda and Icy Killer are absolute beasts on Rumble. So either they're going to bait it out, or they're going to first pick it and see and build a team fight comp around it. That is the Rumble lock-in for Ice Killer as that first pick. Fantastic pick. He's been an absolute monster on this champion.
Right, and as we mentioned many times last week, Rumble on this patch is amazing with the Landry's and Riley's buffs coming in.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Overdose Panda has as a kind of counter pick in this matchup. Fizz is another laner who does pretty well because he's able to all in it pretty freely, but the Fizz had some trouble transitioning outside of laning phase. Didn't really do too much after it. So it would be interesting to see if he goes back to that pick. Some other picks might be available. Galio is very, very viable in this new patch. Does very well against. Is able to shove in pretty freely, get a lot of harassing. It's also very fun. We might also see. Well, I would say we'd see the Gnar or Aurelia picks as for Overdose Panda, as they are among his most played. But the Maokai is locked in, and Gnar and Aurelia are both banned. So the Jarvan picked over, possibly to Deadbeat or Galzarin. Deadbeat has played that quite a bit mid lane in houses, but you give Milkshake his Rek'Sai, and you give the Pocket Knife his Alistair. Prez, I don't mind you not going off. I don't mind you going away from that Alistair, friend. You did not have a fantastic game on that by any means. He seemed kind of distinct with his team, didn't go in on the same timing, didn't really disengage, and was a little bit over aggressive in that. So it'll be interesting to see what they pull out as a result. I'm guessing they're going to try to save that last pick to hide whether or not that Jarvan is mid or jungle. Bunny Protector hovering the Lucian. Lucian's been doing a little bit better of late because all of the other AD carries, he's still a strong pick. He's still a good bully lane. I don't like him blind, especially with Corky's up, especially when Ashe is up, especially when Draven's up, and Bunny Protector had a monstrous game on Draven week 1. Plus, you also already have a bit of a protection comp with the Maokai already coming out, but Deadbeat does lock in the ante, probably for Prez, who's had some monstrous Tibbers in games and has a lot of range and some good harass coming out. We do see the Lucian locked in as well.
Now, Tristana coming out in response to Lucian, or at least being hovered. So Tristana, Alistar in lane, very, very nice disengage in case of ganks from, the very early game focused Jarvan. So it'll be very difficult to get his bottom lane snowballing against Alistar and Tristana if, they save their defensive spells.
Lord Merc was also a monster on Tristana last week as well. Had a Vayne game and went 12-2-8. Had some good positioning, some good kiting around fights, but he went 13-0-4 in game 1 again as Tristana up against Stratus B and just took over the map, doing a ton of damage, having a lot of transition. The Ahri being hovered again for Krav. Did a fantastic job on that, doing a very good job of kind of picking and choosing his fights, going in, kiting about, and doing a lot of damage. Lord Merc almost gets the team all locked in, but Tristana and Ahri are the picks to kind of finish out this comp.
Now, Krav very comfortable on that Ahri pick. He did some very nice things with it last game to help support Lord Merc to carry his team to victory. Personally, I'm curious if it's Annie. Okay, so Prez probably on the Annie support bottom lane and Deadbeat with Ezreal mid lane. I've played many times against Deadbeat's Ezreal mid lane, and it is terrifying. So, very excited to see what he can do with it this game for Space Age Wizards.
It'll be really interesting because this isn't a traditional Rumble comp by any means. They're kind of relying on Isaac to set up his own ultimates outside of the knockups from Rek'Sai and Alistar. You don't really have a ton of teamfight CC, and again, the charm from Ahri. But you do have a lot of zone control from this team, and a lot of kiting again from Ahri on the corner of fights and Tristana. And Deadbeat's going to have a little bit of trouble in lane, but if he's able to get outside of lane, he's going to be an absolute disgusting beast coming out from the Space Age Wizards comp. I'll also be really interested to see how the Jarvan transitions, if he goes for the Warrior build or a Cinderhulk build to be tankier. Really hoping we see some early aggression coming out from him. Jarvan's fallen off a little bit out of the meta, but he's still a very strong pick and can do a lot on that champion. Okay, well, we're heading into the stream delay right here, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes with Industrious Gaming versus Space Age Wizards Game 2. Stick around for House Party 5v5b Winners Finals.
Hello, John Jorbitron Ball, along with my very good friend Jeremy Mr. Stein, as always. Here we are in the second game of the series of Space Age Wizards versus Industrial Gaming.
Yeah, we saw IG take down game one, led by Lord Merc, went 16-1-7, doing a fantastic job getting a quadra kill and a game-ending 3v1, basically, triple kill. So, interesting starts level one. Both sides kind of invading, getting some early ward control on the river, but backing off. They're probably not going to look to fight too much, though Prez does have the W to start. He's only at 3 stacks, doesn't have his 4th one yet. Milkshake calls BM in chat because he gets auto-attacked by Prez, but, you know, it's all fair game. We also see Icy Killer going for the one-pot Amptome start. That's been kind of more popularized this recent patch because it allows you to rush into Leandries even earlier. Leandries being an absolute massive single AP item, giving a ton of AP, doing a ton of damage, especially on that Rumble ultimate, which they're going to really need to get through mid to late game team fights, as they don't have too much scaling. I mean, they have Tristana, who's a late game monster, especially if she's able to get ahead. They have Krav on the Ahri, who's going to be able to assassinate a single target, but they're really going to need to be able to kind of control vision and pick their fights, especially going up against the scaling of an AP Ezreal.
Now, standard starts from both teams, so no lane swaps this game, no trickery attempted. We could see, here is a blue buff start from Galzarin, so, and Maokai starting Wolf, so I would like to see Galzarin hopefully do a bit of a cheeky invade on Milkshake here, but we'll see how this pans out.
Now, I would have liked, if they're going for the invade, to try to get some early ward coverage. I mean, they did see Milkshake on the bot side of the map when Prez is able to auto-attack him, but they didn't really try to chase him down or anything. And interesting enough, he does go over to Frog second, so I'm wondering what his path is going to be here. He could have easily transitioned to Wraiths if he's going for a more traditional clear, but he might also be going for the early buff and be looking to invade and kind of see what's going on around the map.
And it appears to be a standard jungle clear with just starting at blue buff. So, oh, he is going straight to red buff, it looks like. So this could pan out into an early gank onto the top or middle lane. So that could be very essential to hopefully delaying the power spike of Icy Killer.
I think it'd be more likely to go into the top lane, but Jarvan does get extremely low in his first clear because he doesn't have any armor anymore. That was a change a couple patches ago that really neutered his early jungle clear. He does have a couple pots. He's going to have the W to be healthy, but it'd be really interesting to see what he does after he takes this early scuttle crab. Milkshake will be up here. We'll kind of be able to potentially contest. We do see the pocket knife going in very aggressively, blows Prez V2's early stun stacks, but he gets out and on definitely the better end of that early trade.
Prez looking to trade again as well, but Tristana very effective in these levels 1 through 3 trades. Now, Team Space Age Wizards does have complete vision on Milkshake here, so it'll be very difficult for him to counter gank in the top side if, say, Galzarin elects to stay in the top lane much longer. And Icy Killer dead here as Overdosed Panda with a nice flash W and Galzarin getting the free knockup. I really loved that.
Yeah, they didn't even give Icy Killer a chance to flash. They just immediately chain CC'd him, got him down, got the early kill. Making good play of the early Jarvan and Maokai's pressure. I'm guessing, especially with his TP coming out of Icy Killer, Galzarin might just clear his doubles here and move back into this lane to possibly not if Overdose Panda bases as he just did.
Now Rek'Sai looking to see how he can respond as he's just getting a clear off on his Krug camp. Over in the mid lane, Deadbeat, I'm assuming pretty satisfied here as he's been able to CS without too much, contention from Ahri or any early roam, so hopefully Ezreal will be able to power spike in the late game fairly safely. In the bottom lane, still some Not too aggressive here from Pocket Knife, as well. I do take that back, as he just slightly missed the combo there, but Prez pretty low on Annie here.
Yeah, Pocket Knife doing a very good job being very aggressive in this lane. Constantly comboing out Prez whenever he doesn't have his combo up, but Prez can't really respond, and Bunny Protector is not looking to give any harass onto him. So he's not even going on Lord Merc in the same time. They're just kind of letting Pocket Knife blow his cooldowns on Prez and just simply walk away.
Now, Rek'Sai is looking to lane gank here in the bottom lane, so if Pocket Knife is able to land his combo effectively, this could be very intense. Now, Galzarin in the top lane as well, and once again ganking Icy Killer. And he does still have his flash up, so he might be able to make it out of this one. Now, Pocket Knife, a nice flash Q and Wing Bunny Protector back into Lord Merc, and Milkshake able to get a nice knock-up off, but Lord Merc flashing to follow Bunny Protector, but he could be going in too deep here. Bunny Protector very low, able to make it out alive. Lord Merc...
He's gonna get the kill, but if he walks in forward, he dies to Perez!
Oh, now Ezreal roaming down.
Is huge.
Pocket Knife has no Alistar ultimate, so Deadbeat getting a nice assassination there, but Krav might be able to get the response kill.
Krav fails the flash of chase, but he's able to chase down with that last charge of Ari ultimate there. So an overall extremely messy 2-for-2 trade.
Wow. Now, we do see two men from Industrial Gaming here in the mid lane, hopefully chasing out Galzarin. Galzarin going back into his jungle for the Krug camp.
I do have to say that does favor the Ezreal with the kills being split on Ahri and Ezreal there, because Ezreal is a huge late game monster. He's going to scale into that a lot better with the kill. That being said, if Ahri's able to get on him, if Ahri's able to assassinate him through his E and his flash, it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder for this Ezreal to do damage in Snowball.
Now, Rek'Sai with a nice deep ward there into the jungle of Space Age Wizards. Hopefully Icy Killer has a gut feel that Galzarin is looking to gank again. He has put a ward into that most near lane brush, but hopefully that doesn't give him a false sense of security. Now, Lord Merc alone here in the bottom lane. I would have loved to see Prez go in on that, but they do have vision on Alistar right there, so they see the cow's trickery.
Really interesting Overdose Panda isn't playing more in the minion wave. I'm trying to zone Icy Killer off of CS with the threat of the Twisted Advance. He does have the 15 CS lead already, but I mean, he had a nice CS lead on Fizz as well and was not able to really take advantage of that.
A nice combo from Pocket
really
Knife and
kills.
Big damage onto Bunny Protector, but Bunny Protector able to walk out safely, and Pocket Knife forced to burn his Ignite, as well as no summoner spells there from Space Age Wizards, however.
Interesting ward placement in lane. That might have been like a last-ditch effort, but we're just seeing it now. Might have also been a fat finger coming in, but some good harass onto Annie on the Lord Merc. He has to be a little bit careful as he dives in. But the Pocket Knife is going to be 6 somewhat soon. He'll be able to really play aggressively in that lane.
Now, Overdose Panda does have a nice charm from Ahri in the mid lane, but not panning out into anything. Overdose Panda does have his teleport up for the deep ward in the bottom lane, but Milkshake deciding to gank onto Overdose Panda right now. A bit presumptuous on the Icy Killer Rumble ultimate, but Overdose Panda looking for the 2v1. A beautiful Ezreal ult coming into play, but unfortunately Overdose Panda not able to win the 2v1 there.
Not quite enough damage with the Ezreal ultimate to turn that around, but still some good usage and some good damage overall. Galzarin going in on Ahri in the mid lane, blowing her ultimate there, but again, nothing really coming out of all of this aggression, and another kill over, and the kill going over to Rumble in that lane.
Now, Overdosed Panda is teleporting into the top lane, so especially with that nice ward placement in the bottom lane, I would have liked to see a teleport in the bottom lane at some point, but forced to go top lane for some CS.
The issue with the teleport in the bot lane right now is your bot lane is so low, and Bunny Protector still isn't 6. If Lord Merc is able to get a full combo onto Bunny Protector here, with the heal being down, he's able to kill him pretty quickly here, and even through Overdose Panda's CC. Rumble
So-
comes back in the lane, already has the Haunting guys. Overdose Panda basically just going off the MR from his runes and masteries here. And that's a lot of damage coming out very early on. He's going to have to rely on the double Doran's Ring alongside of his passive to sustain him in this lane. And the Catalyst, the Protector, of course.
Overdosed Panda with the pink ward into the top lane River Brush. Hopefully he can see many more ganks from Galzarin unthwarted by vision from Icy Killer in the top lane, but Prez in a very dangerous position here as Pocket Knife has his flash stun up. So Prez knocked back into Lord Merc and he could be dead here, but Galzarin looking to engage. However, Icy Killer says that his teleport is up. Ezreal ultimate coming in, forcing Lord Merc to back off, but Rumble ultimate coming out here and Galzarin forced to limp away as he is very low on Jarvan.
Aegis enough that also forced Bunny Protector's heal. If Bunny Protector stays here, he's very much getting dived. Lord Merc dives in, flashes forward to try to get the ER combo from Tristana to blow up Galzarin, but Galzarin's able to survive at the last second. Walk away just fine and ends up blowing Lord Merc's flash. It'll probably be a trade of turrets in the top lane.
Now, Dragon coming over here for Team Industrial Gaming, so unless we do see Tibbers is up, so Space Age Wizards might be looking to contest this one. Ezreal ultimate coming out any second, but Pocket Knife doing some Prez with the Annie ultimate there. Now Krav has been assassinated by Deadbeat there, and Ari with a very unsuccessful assassination attempt onto Galzarin there. Deadbeat, okay, now he sees Lord Merc, and Lord Merc is dead. 3-1 AP Ezreal, so he could get terrifying, but Milkshake very happy with killing him now. Galzarin not quite able to get the kill onto Icy Killer, and all in all...
Deadbeat is not able to get the ultimate off at the end of that fight too. It's cancelled as he dies, and Icy Killer survives, which is a sliver of HP, lives through dangerous game, and doesn't die to Galzarin there as well. An interesting re-engage there, Ezreal.
Right.
Going in 3v1, trying to be Lord Merc at the end of that last one on Sivir, but not quite having the same good DPS did as a 6-item Tristana, or a 6-item Sivir, sorry. Anyway, Overdose Panda does get the top turret by the end of that, shoves in quite a bit of a lane, is able to base and buy, forces the Rek'Sai ultimate to come out, but that's not on too much of a cooldown there anyway. Icy Killer comes back. He does have the components to what looks to be an Abyssal Scepter coming up, but could also transition very easily into that Leandra's Torment as the Blasting Wand now builds into both.
Now, some focus here in the top lane from Rek'Sai. He's looking to try and find Maokai. So, both junglers on the top side here, we could see a 2v2. Overdosed Panda with another pink ward in the top lane, securing some more vision control. Tristana, however, she is walking through some wards right now, so Prez might be looking for a stun onto her as she's clearing out the scuttle. But Tristana will live to see another day. So Ezreal sort of roaming into the top lane, getting a ward there onto the River Brush, but we do see 3 men from Team Industrial Gaming attacking the mid lane turret, and Tristana just does so much damage to turrets already, even though she's only level 8.
Yeah, really interesting. Again, Lord Merc and Pocket Knife have a CS lead over this bot lane of Bunny Protector and Prez. You have Overdose Panda getting the CS lead, despite the early game coming out for Ice Killer and Milkshake, having that early gank going over one way, and the I guess the poor matchup for Maokai and Rumble in the other hand, but a big CS lead coming out in that top lane for Overdose Panda. He's doing a very good job of controlling Icy Killer, though Icy Killer did roam down and get a lot of those last couple fights. Still, having good wave control and making sure that if Icy Killer moves for something, he's losing a ton of CS.
Now, 5 men from Space Age Wizards here in the mid lane, and Icy Killer does not have his teleport up, and Lord Merc still coming in, so this could be a turret coming out from Industrial Gaming, but a beautiful 4-man knock-up from the Pocket Knife there, and Space Age Wizards is disengaging now, just in time for Industrial Gaming to show up.
Yeah, really sad that Pocket Knife had such a beautiful combo, but no one was really there to follow up. You didn't have the Icy Killer Rumble ult, you didn't have Krav flashing or ulting in to get a charm, but, you know, it still is enough to force him off the turret, below the Ezreal ult to kind of chunk out the wave. Ezreal now power spikes a lot later than he did previously, and is primarily reliant on his W and his ultimate to do the damage. His Q no longer procs the on-hit effects of the Runeglaive, which neuters his damage quite a bit and makes him reliant on weaving in auto attacks to the rest of his kit to do damage. That being said, still does a considerable amount, and his ultimate hits like a truck if it gets onto a squishy.
So in the mid lane here, we don't see too much action. Galzarin just clearing out some jungle camps, hopefully getting his red buff, and Ari will be getting the blue buff from Team Industrial Gaming here in a couple seconds, but Deadbeat delaying the bottom side rotation from Alistar and Tristana, so hopefully Lucian will be able to get some CS there. Bunny Protector trying to catch up to the 112 CS Tristana there in the bottom lane. Deadbeat happy with
Neither
farming
side
up
is-
some more in the mid lane. Not too much action here in this lull.
Yeah, again, both sides probably looking to fight around the next dragon. I would hope that Space Age Wizards tries to make a move a little bit before, because if you're grouped up and you're fighting in a pinch against Icy Killer's Liandry's Rumble ultimate already, that's going to be doing a ton of damage, especially if Icy Killer is able to get to level 11 before this next dragon fight, which he's currently about halfway to, so I'm guessing he won't unless this dragon gets delayed by another minute and a half. But either way, it'll be really interesting to see which team tries to power spike into the second dragon. You see Bunny Protector's already able to get the Infinity Edge. Merc has enough gold to go back and currently buy it, but he's looking to get a little bit more to try to get even more of an edge going into this next fight. Unfortunately, they'd be giving up vision control if Prez and Co. were to follow in and start taking it, but they're not looking to get these early vision, and they're not really, I mean, they're grouped up, but they're taking a very passive path. When they have vision of the biggest kind of assassination threat in Ari already being seen on the map.
Overdosed Panda still pushing in this top lane as well, so he is getting a lot of CS here, just about 50 CS lead onto Rumble, so hopefully he'll be able to be just as big of a team fight threat as he is. But personally, I would like to see Overdosed Panda coming in a bit early, using his Righteous Glory to hopefully get an edge on the engage here. But Industrial Gaming still with the vision advantage here around Dragon.
They have the vision advantage. There is no completed ages onto Space Age Wizards, and there is a level 11 Liandry's Rumble ultimate. If they're forced into a choke, then you don't need the setup of a team comp to really allow that Rumble to shine. But Rumble is going to do a ton of damage if they're able to choke him, if they're able to create an ultimate in that choke. They're looking to collapse in here. Rek'Sai's all by himself, though. If they're able to focus in, they're jumping on him right now, doing a ton
Righteous
of
Glory out from Overdosed
fight.
Panda. Pocket Knife, his ultimate is coming out, and Rumble getting a big amount of damage there. Now Prez very, very low. Ezreal with a beautiful ultimate into the Jarvan pit. Such synchronization there. Now Krav still on the sidelines here. He does kill the Tibbers, but no one on Space Age Wizards. Krav still looking to get a nice charm combo here, but Lord Merc is getting zoned out by Overdosed Panda, and we will see Industrial Gaming disengage here.
Krav almost steals that dragon with the Ludency, but a good smite from Galzarin secures it. They're able to shove in, and it was a beautiful fight with Space Age Wizards, using the Righteous Glory from Overdose Panda on that Maokai to jump on the Rek'Sai, who split from the rest of the team. Yes, Icy Killer got a great ultimate across the rest of the team, but there wasn't any follow-up to keep them on it. They just kind of walked over to the side of it, and were able to really chase out and do a lot of fight. And you got a ton of time out of Prez's Tivers, and a ton of time out of Galzarin's Cataclysm that kept them all wrapped up for Deadbeat's ultimate, and Bunny Protector culling in and finishing up a couple kills. A great fight coming out for Space Age Wizards. They get about a 1,500 gold lead here. They even up the turrets and even up the dragons. It'll be really fun to see where they go from here on out. But Lord Merc is attempting to assassinate Prez here, but gets stunned up and is not able to follow.
Now, both teams looking to secure vision control around Dragon Buff in 6 minutes, I suppose. some nice battles coming out, I suppose. Prez very surprised to see Milkshake flanking him in the jungle here. Prez might be forced to... He has no summoners up, so he is quite dead, unfortunately. Now, Krav might be able to steal blue buff here, but Galzarin coming in just in time. Overdosed Panda does still have his teleport up, but then again, so does Icy Killer. Deadbeat with a nice blue buff
despite the
steal.
attempt, Deadbeat's able to steal it with his ultimate. But yeah, interesting. Prez is caught out there. You see IG invading your jungle, walking over wards and trying to clear them out. But he stays in, tries to get a cheeky ward and doesn't have flash, and ends up just dying for free. It'll be really interesting to see. Obviously, IG was setting up to try to go for that blue. It'll be interesting to see how Space Age Wizards tries to dictate the rest of this game. If they're looking to siege, it'll be hard into the wave clear of the Ahri with Luden's Echo. But it's something that's definitely doable, and something that's very easy to do with all of the poke already coming out of the Revadon's Death Cap AP Israel.
The Righteous Engage coming out from Overdosed Panda, yet another CC combo out from Galzarin and Overdosed Panda, but Rumble Ultimate saying thank you for Galzarin's Jarvan Ultimate to hold them in there. Unfortunately, just a one-for-one trade there from Overdosed Panda and Galzarin. Overdosed Panda able to disengage, running away from Milkshake, but he does have reinforcements. So Deadbeat trying to get some damage off here onto Team Industrious Gaming. Prez hopefully able to clear out this pink ward, but I don't think he can do it in time. And he is getting punished here. Krav still has his ultimate, barely misses the charm, but that's not a problem with many more ult stacks.
Prez, that pink ward is not worth it. You can come back and get it in a lot safer situation. That being said, that was a beautiful flash knockout from Flash and Burrow from the Milkshake to make that 2v1 and create a 2v2 and make it a 1-for-1 in total. And Galzarin had a nice ult combo with Overdose Panda. I think you have to say that ultimate kind of has an execute against the Rumble, especially given the Rumble ult. Though it was mostly, I mean, you're against two melee bruisers, you're going to be able to hit both targets pretty effectively, but it's still a case where the Rumble, even when he ults mostly off the map, has a ton of damage and able to turn that around very, very easily.
So, looking at what both of these teams are focusing on here, we still do see Icy Killer and Overdosed Panda in the top lane, as they've had their teleports just about the entire game. So they're very happy with farming here. Deadbeat just getting some CS onto Ezreal here, and I don't think it's very long here until Ezreal will be able to do monumental amounts of damage here, as he does have his death cap secured.
Again, Krav rushing for that Zhonya's Hourglass second item was kind of hoping to see an Abyssal Scepter again, especially with Overdose Panda being 4-1 and having a lot of damage on the base. You're able to neutralize that a lot, and Buddy Protector's not too big in being support Lucian right now at 0-5, but instead you have the Zhonyas to give her the safety of diving in against all of the lockdown, which I guess is still a very, very good call.
A very lucky ward there from Prez, so we could have seen a nice counter gank there coming out from Milkshake as Galzarin was trying to force a play in the bottom lane. It would have been a 3-for-4 engage. But Milkshake hopefully zoning off Deadbeat. We do have Dragon coming up in a minute 10 seconds, so both teams battling for vision around it. All in all, not too much fighting yet, but very soon. Icy Killer does have his teleport up once again, so he is trying to get that top lane turret, hopefully. It does look like.
Really interesting to not see Space Age Wizards trying to pick a fight with this tier 1 turret down, because obviously you're having IG group up here, you're having them set up for this vision control, but you have a ton of lockdown and a ton of ability to kite around these fights if you're able to just jump on the targets while there's an opening. If you're in more of a tight pinch, then you risk Icy Killer getting a game-changing Rumble ultimate. Though Icy Killer is pretty down, he only has Leandri's, he doesn't have the second AP item yet, he only has Merc Treads, but it's still, he's doing just a massive amount of damage, just was shown in that 2v2 in the top lane.
Absolutely. And now Krav, we do see Krav roaming top lane, but Overdosed Panda has an impressive amount of vision control here on the top side jungle. So, still able to have one pink ward there, but we do see Industrious Gaming looking for more vision control around Baron buff, but Space Age Wizards perfectly fine with that as Dragon has just come up, and it does, although Industrious Gaming does have one vision ward telling them that Space Age Wizards is on Dragon, I'm very surprised to see their calls there. Now we do finally see the teleports coming in from both top laners. Overdosed Panda with the Righteous up and Prez with a Flash Tibbers. Pocket Knife taking a lot of damage here, and Lord Merc doing huge damage on the backline. Galzarin looking for the assassination but can't quite find it. Deadbeat hoping to chase Krav down, and a nice flash in. Krav is dead and Lord Merc could be caught out here. His rocket jump will be coming up any second, however.
Yeah, a good simultaneous flash from Deadbeat and Bunny Protector. Though Crab does hit the charm to stop, Bunny Protector doesn't stop Deadbeat from jumping in as well. Great fight, great lockup from Overdose Panda and Galzarin, creating solid lines of scrimmage where you get your carries able to kind of safely do fight, and you have Lord Merc unable to get a solid reset.
Ooh.
They're diving in, they're going to turn around, probably going to sacrifice Milkshake for this. Yes, Milkshake does go down to Deadbeat. 5, 2, and 4, and absolutely massive on this AP Ezreal. They definitely want to disengage here, though, because if Lord Merc's able to kill 1, he's probably able to kill 2 or 3.
Oh, Deadbeat doing some big damage onto Lord Merc there, but
HP.
oh, if only Lord Merc didn't have the cow standing in front of him. But Galzarin, Space Age Wizards very happy to destroy as many pink wards as they can. Galzarin walking out alive, however.
Very interesting pickup from Jarvan so late in the game. He gets the side stone, and I mean, it's going to help you out at any stages in the game with vision control, but it's extremely late coming out after the Aegis. I can see the Aegis, though, being the more important item for this team, especially with the double AP of Krav and Icy Killer and kind of zoning them off and making sure that your team's able to safely do damage. But it's still one of those things that just seems like an odd choice when maybe a Hex Drinker or something else would give you more combat stats when you already have pretty solid vision control coming out from the rest of your team.
Now, Deadbeat, everyone it looks like has their trinket upgraded except for the AD carries and Deadbeat. Deadbeat pulling an easy hoon here. Can't say I can disrespect Deadbeat
being
though.
a general deadbeat with the, his lack of vision wards, but no, again, some good poke coming down there, forcing out the objectives. Want to see Space Age Wizards here group up and try to force this lead they already have. It's a 3,000 gold lead, just 1 turret lead, but they have a ton of pressure and a ton of ability to hit the turrets very quickly with the Lucian double tap passive.
Oh, Krav looking to get a catch here onto Galzarin, but unfortunately 2 of the most tanky members of the team there, so Krav not able to get a catch, unfortunately, but Deadbeat up very far alone. However, I don't think Team Industrious Gaming will be looking to engage quite yet. Taunts coming out from both sides here. The Pocket Knife wants Ezreal to engage so badly, or at least mind trick him into running away. A big wave here accumulated on the bottom side, so Lord Merc roaming down. But Space Age Wizards getting some vision here around the Baron Pit, getting Scuttle. So they do have a tad bit of an advantage for now, as they do have a 2k gold lead. Ooh, and they are looking to start off Baron right now. Industrious Gaming is pretty far off, and they might be able to get this one.
Yeah, Lord Merc not in range for the W, and
Icy Killer Rumble ultimate coming in now. Zoning out the entire team. Overdosed Panda looking to punish Icy Killer there, but Milkshake on the back line taking out Deadbeat. Now, Galzarath, he is looking to disengage as Pocket Knife and Krav are here, hoping to pick up some kills, and Lord Merc here at full health. Prez, the only member of Team Space Age Wizards, taken down, however.
A beautiful call from Space Age Wizards, capitalizing on Lord Merc showing himself in that bot lane. Not really having any vision in the area, not having any way to quickly check it. Icy Killer got a great ultimate to try to ensure it up, but there was, again, no follow-up from IG. If they're picking this Rumble, I would like to see them with some way to set it up, other than Alistar EQ. And even so, if you blow the Alistair EQ, then you're allowing the Maokai and Jarvan really a free pass on your backline carries. Yes, they're both able to jump away, but if they're jumping away from a fight and your tanks then turn around on Icy Killer who's free, then you've lost a fight, and that's what keeps happening at Dragon.
I love the mantra here from Team Space Age Wizards. You miss 100% of the Baron attempts that you don't go for. In the series, they've been going for Baron the whole time, and it has now panned out for them. Krav with a nice timing there on his Zhonya's Hourglass. So he's probably a bit glad he doesn't have the Abyssal right now, but that probably would have helped him out in some team fights previously.
I think if he had the Abyssal, it would have helped him in team fights for one and would have made him take less poke to where he didn't need to Zhonya's that last ultimate.
But hey,
That
style
being said,
points.
Good play from both
plus
sides
one.
to try to force him out. Of course, the golden style points is a lot better than the purple rod. That being said,
Deadbeat up
Deadbeat is
very
technically on this
far.
game. He's 5-2 and 6, has a ton of damage.
Deadbeat might
He's
get cut out here.
right now.
Lucian finally up, but Deadbeat. Oh my god! Why was he there? Not sure exactly. Galzarin up very far in the top lane, and Team Industrious Gaming might just look to push the mid lane down as fast as they can, as they do have vision of Space Age Wizards on the bottom side. Or they could look for a catch here. Maybe collapsing on Overdose Panda. Krav with a nice stun onto Prez. Overdose Panda with the ultimate, and Jarvan CCing an enormous amount of people. Lord Merc on the back line. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Bunny Protector getting assassinated by Icy Killer, and Milkshake could finally go down here to the wet noodles. Galzarin knocked up mercilessly by Pocket Knife, and all in all, Overdose Panda not disengaging yet. Very low health bars there, and Bunny Protector is the better AD carry. He did crit better there. Pocket Knife is dead. Bunny Protector with some big kills. Oh, the Deadbeat ultimate, and can't quite get the kill onto Icy Killer.
Icy Killer survives with just a little bit of HP. But yeah, Lord Merc goes for the belated I'm going to just turn and fight your carries again. Doesn't quite have the same damage as Bunny Protector does. He's able to crit him twice, end his life. But that RNG definitely favoring the 4v5 engage from Space Age Wizards. It was otherwise pretty questionable. I'd like to again highlight Prez and Galzarin, who are doing a fantastic job zoning the carries of IG. Lord Merc was not able to do a lot of DPS at the backline of the fight until much, much later, and it's because of Prez having a beautiful Tibbers there, and Galzarin having a beautiful Cataclysm to zone out the carries, and keeping his carries safe.
Definitely. All the time. I really love how Galzarin is playing this match. I was a tad skeptical as to how the Jarvan would pan out, but he is doing an absolutely amazing job peeling for both his team and zoning out the carries of the opposing one.
It'll be really interesting, though, again, because there's a Baron on Team Space Age Wizards that's now gone. They weren't really able to push anything off of. They got a Dragon off of it, yes. They got a couple more team fights and got a couple thousand gold in the lead. Yes, that's big, but they're not getting the turrets, they're not knocking them down. And Lord Merc and Icy Killer are still going to scale up and be very, very big threats. And if Krav's able to get on Deadbeat or Bunny Protector, it'll be a pretty dead carry either way.
Now, we do see both teams farming up here. Krav getting yet another blue buff, but Icy Killer in a very precarious position here, but Overdosed Panda, he is looking to split push in the bottom lane, as he does still have his teleport up, and Icy Killer does not. A nice ultimate there from Deadbeat, unfortunately not able to get on one of the carries, though. We do see all of Team Industrious Gaming recalling right here, except for Icy Killer. Looking to buy, I suppose, and head back into the mid lane.
Overdose Panda does a fantastic job there of building up a wave, letting it crash into tower, forcing someone else to come over, and then just backing off. You know you don't have the vision to do it. You can't solo kill Lord Merc necessarily in a dive right here. I mean, there's a small chance you can, but Lord Merc has been playing and positioning so well in this entire series so far that I don't think he'd be killed so easily by a Maokai with only really base damage. But it'd be... he's going here, but Bunny Protector's along the side here. He's diving in, and Bunny Protector crits him twice, and that's a dead Merc.
Industrious Gaming looking to charge in, but not able to get there in time. They do just have to settle for getting a ward on the bottom side, but Although Icy Killer is able to get the turret in the top lane for a bit of a gold swing in his favor, he does not have his teleport up. Now Galzarin in very deep here, but Deadbeat will be here any second, and Prez has the flash tibbers. Galzarin looking to stun and keep Pocket Knife with his team, neutralizing the effect of that Alistar ultimate. And now Ari, perfectly happy with sacrificing the cow, forced to back off.
Yeah, they take some beef off that, but they're able to trade the tier 2 turret for it, using Tibbers to kind of block it, and they're building up a wave down here. Again, there's 23 seconds in Alistar, and that's really the only way you have of keeping people in the Rumble Ultimate, which is pretty much going to be your only way to keep people in this, or keep your carries. Sorry, the only way to really turn around a fight if you're IG here, unless Lord Merc is able to get some nutty crits and some even nuttier resets.
Right. I really would have liked to see the Sejuani Rumble comp coming out here from Team Industrious Gaming, although it would have made the early game very difficult against Deadbeat, as well as, you know, say, Overdosed Panda. But Baron buff is up in 4 seconds, so Industrious Gaming, they are looking to get vision control around this, and potentially start it right now, but this could be very, very dangerous. All right,
but I mean, they did a very good job of setting up a big wave in the top for some on Space Age Wizards to have to deal with. Bunny Protector is kind of dancing around there. He doesn't want to show on the map because there is a lot of damage and they can do it pretty quickly coming out from IG. But there's enough of a response he's able to kind of take it safely, and he's going to cause a slow push in that top lane. They're going to shove in mid. The waves are again meeting in bot lane in a very peculiar situation, and Space Age Wizards are looking to take their control, looking to take their lead, and possibly siege this mid inhibitor turret.
Ooh, Rumble is backing off now. Galzarin hoping to get an engage there, but Space Age Wizards could be looking for yet another Baron here, as they think that Industrious Gaming might not have enough vision for it, but Industrious Gaming coming very quickly. Deadbeat in a dangerous position, but he says Krav is in an even worse spot, getting off of a nice Zanya's and a nice flash over the wall, but Galzarin looking to chase him down. A nice Rumble ultimate there, getting control, but Prez has been taken out. Lord Merc very healthy. He thinks he's able to take out Overdosed Panda here. Bunny Protector with some nice kiting there, able to take out Alistar, and all in all, still 3 members of each team are up, and they could be looking for another engage here any second. Ooh, Lord Merc with a very aggressive rocket jump in, but unfortunately unable to catch out anyone from Team Space Age Wizards. Oh, Jarvan with a nice jump in. Lord Merc able to get some damage off in the back line as Jarvan's used up his gap closer, but Bunny Protector doing huge damage here. Tristana forced to back off. Milkshake taking enormous amounts of damage from Bunny Protector and Galzarin. Yet again, this 3v3 is... They should have known... I mean, Galzarin and Overdosed Panda have an amazing amount of CC, as they have been demonstrating for the entirety of this game, and they just peeled for Bunny Protector so well, in a way that he could do enormous amounts of damage there. Now, Space Age Wizards is looking to secure their 4th Dragon buff here at only 38 minutes, so they might be able to get Dragon number 5 here as we are heading into the late game.
Yeah, Bunny Protector has had fantastic positioning this game. He's 10-0-8. He's probably sitting on a pretty big chunk of change here, but he's done a fantastic job being in that front line. Yes, it's a lot easier when there's only one true dive threat in the Ari coming out for IG, and you have a huge beefy tank line to kind of protect you there, but that was the fight IG was looking for. Icy Killer got a 4-man ultimate, Pocket Knife got a 4-man combo to follow up, and as you saw, Deadbeat pretty much just died straight from that.